So let us begin with today's concept. It is about LED, light emitting diode. So in the previous class, we had a discussion about photodiodes, which is going to review the light and convert that light into electrical energy. Okay, so let us go for this. Another concept is light emitting diode. So this light emitting diode is a device. Obviously, we are already familiar with these components, which are going to convert electrical energy into light energy. Means if you supply the electricity to these components, they are going to produce light. Okay. So if you go for the concept, when electrical energy is applied to the PN junction, it emits light. So this phenomenon is called electroluminescence. This electroluminescence can be defined as the emission of light from a PN junction semiconductor under the influence of an electric field. Means once we apply the electricity to this component, so this component is going to produce light. So the charge carriers, which are nothing but the free electrons and holes in the respective regions, N region and P region, recombine in a forward biased PN junction as the free electron cross from the region N region and recombine with the holes existing the P region. So what is going to happen? We are going to put this PN junction in forward bias condition. So in the forward bias condition, what is going to happen? The electrons which are there in the N region, they are just to travel from N region to P region. Okay, so these free electrons are in the conduction band of energy. So as we go for the energy band diagram, so the conduction band of energy level, while holes are in the valence band. Thus, the energy level of the holes is less than the energy level of the electrons. So, during recombination of free electrons and holes, some amount of energy must be dissipated, either in the form of heat or light. So, in these devices, it is going to produce light. So, the electrons dissipate energy in the form of heat in silicon and germanium diode, but in gallium arsenide and gallium phosphide, the electrons dissipate energy by emitting photons, nothing but the light. Okay, so in the silicon and germanium diodes, whatever the electrons movement is there, it is going to dissipate energy in the form of heat. But as the combination of these gallium arsenide and gallium phosphide, they are going to produce light. So thus the PN junction becomes the source of light and thus becoming light emitting diode. Means the phenomenon of movement of charge carriers, that is electrons and holes, or the recombination of electrons and holes is going to produce light in the device. Okay, and that too of type gallium arsenide and gallium phosphide. So, however, when the junction is reverse biased, the LED produces no light. So, means it is similar to the normal diode, normal PN junction, but the concept, if you use the silicon and germanium, obviously it is going to produce heat, but here the gallium arsenide and gallium phosphide components are going to produce light. Okay, so this is the concept with respect to LED. If you go for the diagrams with respect to this LED, so obviously LED is going to work under forward bias condition, whereas the photodiode works under reverse bias condition. Okay, so this forward bias LED is going to be used in forward bias condition as it is shown in the figure. And the symbol of this LED, you can observe The symbol of LED is nothing but what? It is a symbol of normal diode or normal PN junction with the arrows, okay, which are moving away from diode. Means these arrows are indicating, yes, it is a LED. So if arrow marks are towards LED, it is a photodiode symbol. So you just be careful while observing the symbols, LED and photodiode. Photodiode are, they are going to receive the light. So arrow marks are towards diode. LEDs are going to emit the light. So the arrow marks are away from this diode body. Okay, you can observe here the symbol. Obviously, the terminals are same. Anode and cathode terminals are generally plus and minus terminals. Now, if you go for the graph, it is going to relate the output light with respect to input current. So, as you are going to increase the current, there is increase in the light intensity. There is an increase in the output light intensity. So, this is the graph what it is going to illustrate light output versus input forward current. Because why the name is forward current? Because whatever the current it is there in the circuit in forward bias condition, it is a forward current. In the reverse bias, the reverse current is going to flow. This gallium arsenide LEDs emit infrared IR radiation, which is invisible. Okay. And gallium arsenide phosphide component is going to emit either red or yellow visible light. So once we come to this LEDs, in the market we are going to observe different colored LEDs, which are going to produce different colored lights. So some of the LEDs will be in red color, in orange, some are blue, some are green. Okay, so it varies. So this variation is due to the which component is used to design that, which material is used to design that LED. Okay. So the color of the emitted light, generally we consider that one as a wavelength. So it depends on the impurities and the level of doping by fabricating. So how much impurity we are going to add to that intrinsic material. So we are going to get different colored LEDs. If you go for the advantage of these LEDs, obviously we know all these concepts. Which are used in lower energy consumption. So in the previous class, I told at the end of the slide, end of the discussion, I told, so inform your parents about bringing or using LEDs, okay, instead of tube lights. So here it is the advantage, it is lower energy consumption, longer lifetime, improved physical robustness, and smaller in size, and faster switching. So these are some of the advantages of this LEDs. If you go for application of LEDs, obviously we are already familiar with the LEDs because it is we are going to use these things in our day-to-day life. So obviously some of the applications where we are going to introduce these LEDs are 7-segment displays, automotive headlamps, traffic signals, general lighting, camera flashes, medical devices, and televisions. And some various applications are built in LEDs. If you go for the next concept is about photocoupler. So in these light the devices which are going to work on light energy, it is the first one is photodiode, which is going to receive the light and generate current. Next one is LED, going to receive electrical current and generate light energy. Next comes it is photocoupler, nothing but the combination of both. Both nothing but what? LED and photodiode. So this device is called as photocoupler. So it will look like this. This figure is going to indicate how the photocoupler is. Nothing but we are going to use at the source and receive end we are going to consider. Photocoupler, nothing but it is a transmission media. It is a transmission media. So we are going to transfer the signals from one end to another end through light. Okay, so we are going to transfer the light and we are going to receive the light. Okay, to transfer the light, we are going to supply the current. Okay, to receive the light, we are going to what? Generate the current. Okay, so this phenomena is used under photocoupler components. So as you are going to observe in the diagram, here we are going to use both LEDs and photodiodes. So here the LED circuit is going to is at the end of source, and this photodiode circuit is at the end of destination of the transmission media. So how the device is designed. So here LED it is under forward bias condition and photodiode it is under reverse bias condition. So here they are connected together. Means whatever the light is going to be generated by the LED, that is going to fall on this photodiode. Once there is a fall of light, we are going to observe the current, reverse current is there in the destination circuit. So what is going to happen? Whatever the data or signal we need to transfer from source to destination, we are going to use these circuits. And these circuits are merged in only one component, and that component is photocoupler. So how they are designed? LED is there and photodiode is there. Whatever the light is generated by this LED, it is going to fall. The arrangement is such that it should fall on the photodiode. Once the light is received from the photodiode, what is going to happen? We are going to get current at the output side. So input side we are going to give the current, output side we are going to get the current. So how? Through light energy. Okay. So this one is the simple concept what it is used in the photocoupler. So it is a packaged device that consists of light emitter, that is LED, and light sensor we are going to use. The name it is because it is going to sense the light. So that device is nothing but what? Photodiode. So that transfers electrical signals between two isolated circuits by using light. Means it is going to transfer the electrical signal from one end to another end using light energy. So the source of light is usually infrared LED, and the sensor can be photodiode, but you are introducing only one in this concept, photodiode. Similarly, photo resistors are there and photo transistors are there in the field. Okay. Means resistor which is going to work on photo energy, transistor which is going to work on photo energy. So those components are called as photoresistor and phototransistor. But for your purpose, for your syllabus, this is limited to only photodiode, only diode which is going to work on light energy. So it is also called opto-isolator or optocoupler or optical isolator. So different names used by different authors. It is photocoupler may be called as opto-isolator, optocoupler, or optical isolator. So it prevents high voltages affecting the system receiving the signal. So it is used for preventing the high voltages, which is going to affect the circuit. And LED is forward bias and photodiode is in reverse bias. Obviously, we need to use these components in the respective biasing circuit. That's why those are in respective bias conditions. The main application of this photocoupler is used to isolate two circuits used in TV, remotes. Obviously, if you observe this photocoupler, where we are going to use these things, generally the TV remote. What TV remote is going to use? So here it is the transmitting end, source, nothing but your remote. The receiving end, that is nothing but destination, that is your television. So how the communication is going to happen, how the signal will be traveling, it is through light energy, isn't it? So at the remote end, we are going to observe there is a LED, IR type, infrared type, which is going to be whatever the signal, whatever the, if once we press the button, so the electricity will be moving in the circuit. So that is going to generate what? The light energy. So that light energy is going to travel in the channel in the air, and it is going to fall on photodiode, which is available at the receiving end of television. Okay, so that light is going to fall on the photodiode. So based on this performance of this photodiode, we are going to observe current in the destination circuit. So that current, based on the signal it is traveling, the television is going to perform its respective task. Okay. So this is the thing with respect to photocoupler. So any discussion or any further discussion with respect to these two components, LED and photocoupler? This is the only introduction part. But for electronic students, you are going to learn in depth, especially these LEDs and photocouplers. And these components, one application, the photocoupler you observe regularly, it is the television remote. Okay, television and television remote. So this is the main application what we are going to use. Not only this one, in the electronic circuits, okay, in motherboards, whatever the signal we need to transfer from one end to another end, the most transmitting media, it is designed using photocoupler. Okay, wire use ಮಾಡಲ್ರಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಈ photocoupler use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ fast movement ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, because we know the speed of light. The speed of light we are going to utilize in all these photocouplers. Okay, so instead of using wire, because the traveling, the speed of the signal has to travel through the wire, it is different from the signal that is traveling in the light. Okay, so nowadays the all major electronic circuits, motherboards especially, used in televisions, used in Android mobiles, used in laptops, used in the computers. Okay, not only these regular use. Okay, in all industries, the motherboards or the electronic circuits what we are going to use, there in those circuits, the photocoupler has a major role. So because of advantage of the speed of light, we need to catch. Means we need to send a signal from one end to another end with the speed of light. Okay. That's why you are observing the once you dial a call, immediately it is going to connect with a fraction of seconds. How? Because signal is traveling with the speed of light. Then, so any doubt or any discussion with respect to these two devices? If you have any queries, you can ask. Let us move towards the next component is, or next concept. It is 78XX series and 7805 fixed IC voltage regulator. For this one, a voltage regulator is an electronic device. Regulator word already. You know this word, regulator. Okay. Fan regulator, Okay, mobile charger, it is nothing but a voltage regulator. Okay, so the voltage regulator is an electronic device or circuit that maintains an essentially constant output voltage for a range of input voltage or load values. So, as we observed in the Zener diode concept, obviously, what it is going to produce, Zener voltage, it is constant. For any input voltage, the current through the Zener is constant. Hence, we are going to use that one into the reverse bias condition. So, constant output varatari. So, same thing is done by these regulators. Obviously, the Zener diode is also called as what? It is a regulator, voltage regulator. So, not only Zener diode, there are some components are there in the field of electronic voltage regulators. So, what they are going to do? So, they are going to produce constant output voltage, and this range is depend on how much input voltage or load values you need. And the special most using IC voltage regulator means nothing but these are comes under IC. Okay. So these regulators are in the form of integrated circuit. IC formal is good. So the LM, the most famous IC regulator is designed by the label LM 78XX series. Is a 3-terminal voltage regulator available in IC form. It is available with several fixed output voltages, making them useful in a wide range of applications. Means here 7 as indicates it is double X, nothing but we have the series. It is manufactured by National Semiconductor. The manufacturer, the industry name is National Semiconductor. And the series, what are the series available in the market with respect to this voltage regulator are 78XX, that is nothing but double X indicates it is 05 or 06. 08 means we are going to replace this double X by 05, 06, 08, 10, 12, 15, 18, and 24. Nothing but if you go to market and if you want IC voltage regulator is going to produce output of constant 8 voltages. Constant 8 voltage ಇದೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೂ ಬೇಡ ಕಡಿಮೆನೂ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 8 voltage ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ you need to ask for 7808 IC. So it is going to give, if you use that component in your circuit, the voltage which is going to given by this 7808 is 8 volts. Similarly 7810, nothing but 10 voltage IC. 7812, 12 volt IC. 7824, 24 volt IC. Okay. Then, for example, what we have, it is same. Then, it is LM79XX. And this 78 series is going to give only positive voltage. Output is only purely positive, constant voltage, DC. Constant DC, positive voltage. Yadrದು 78XX series. ಹಾಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ negative constant voltages ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 79XX series IC you need to use for negative voltages and with the same double X nothing but same voltage. That is 7905 ಅಂದ್ರೆ minus 5 volt ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. 7906 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 7906 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ minus 6 voltage ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೇನೇ 7924 ಅಂದ್ರೆ minus 24 voltage regulator it is. And the function block diagram of the 78XX series, it will be look like this. How the IC and its inner circuit. So it is a 3-terminal IC. More pin is only 3 pin it is. Okay. If you go for this one, here pin 1 it is input, pin 2 is output, and pin 3 is common. Or sometimes we are going to consider that as a ground. So here how the input is coming to this circuit. So this is the functional block diagram of this 78XX series. So here it is involved with 3 terminals. One is input, that is Vin. Another one is in output, that is output voltage Vout, and another terminal is common terminal, that is ground. And between input and output, what is the difference? So input we are going to apply the varying input. The voltage is go on varying, okay, unregulated. It is not a constant. It has a ripple. Okay, it has a ripple variation everything. But if you need constant, that will be done by this IC voltage regulator. So output from this device, it is constant fixed output voltage Vout. How it is achieved? How it is achieved? So here it is included with three block diagrams. One is pass transistor, another one is thermal shutdown and current limiting circuit. Thermal shutdown and current limiting circuit. And we have an amplifier. We have an amplifier circuit. So this amplifier is nothing but what? It is your transistor circuit itself. Transistor circuit itself. It's going to use, once again, it may be any combination, common base, common collector, or common emitter configuration in different modes. Okay, different configuration in different modes. So that circuit is used as an amplifier. Okay, so this amplifier is going to generate what? It is going to adjust, because the input for this amplifier is what? If you observe this circuit, the pass transistor. Let me begin with this concept, that is pass transistor. As the name indicates, it is just simply pass the signal from one end to another end. From input to output, it is just to pass the transistor, pass the signal. But how? It is based on some limits. So those limits are decided by this thermal shutdown and current limiting circuit. So how much output you need? Okay, you are applying, say, if you need a 7805, nothing but you want a constant 5 volt output. Nimian bakery DC 5 volt bekanta anukontira. But input in korta idira, let me say, you are applying a sine wave or some ripple, unregulated. Even korta idira, some sine wave ata unregulated signal korta idira. And the voltage of this one is 10 volts. Plus 10 volts signal korta idira. This circuit is going to give for any variation which is moving from what? From 0 to 10 volt to vary. But output constant 5 volt. How? That is done by this current limiting circuit. And this current limiting circuit, current supply output correct. That will be decided by this amplifier. Okay. This amplifier is going to down that voltage. Okay, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆತಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆತಂದ್ರೆ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆತಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. How the performance is? This amplifier, it is used to control the current flow. Okay, with the help of this current limiting circuit. So amplifier nothing but what? It is once again amplifier, nothing but modify the things. How it is going to modify? Up or down. Output ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, output down ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So overall circuit performance is what? Constant. Okay, it is constant. So this is the simple introduction part in this functional block diagram of this 78XX series. So pass transistor simply pass the input to output side based on the input current, and that input current to this pass transistor, it is depend on the current limiting and thermal shutdown. So this thermal shutdown, once again, what it is going to perform, if any excess heat is produced, as the name indicates, thermal means excess heat is produced by this component while using, automatically the IC off agudutte. Means what? There is no current flow, there is no output. Damage it is not going to damage the component, it is going to make that component off because of excess heat. Excess heat atandre automatic idu IC tanashtu tane off agutte. So that is also another specification, this thermal shutdown and current limiting circuit. This current limiting decision is taken from this amplifier circuit. This amplifier is going to use it for maintaining the constant output voltage from the IC voltage regulator. So this is the simple introduction of this 78XX series block diagram. Then if you go for specific particular 7805 ne, if you consider according to your syllabus, yes, this is the IC what we are going to design. This one is the circuit what we are going to use while designing the 7805 IC voltage regulator. It has a 3-pin device. So output test bರುತ್ತೆ ಇದರದು output constant as it is X is replaced by what 0.5 ಅಂದ್ರೆ output is constant positive 5 volt. So input 1 ಗೆ ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು unregulated input ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ, output ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ regulated fixed voltage. But here we are going to use some components which are helpful for removing the ripples. Okay, both at input side as well as output side. To remove the ripples, we are going to use capacitor, isn't it? Because in the full wave and half wave rectifier with capacitor ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ripple na ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. Ripple is nothing but what? The signal is having both AC and DC. ನಾವು AC ನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, AC ಬೇಡ ನಮಗೆ, DC ಬೇಕು. So if you need DC, obviously we need to use capacitor because we know the performance of this capacitor with AC and DC. AC ಜೊತೆ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ behavior, DC ಜೊತೆ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ behavior about this capacitor component. Okay, how the AC is treated by this capacitor? Is anyone interested to answer? Capacitor AC ಜೊತೆ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, DC ಜೊತೆ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, how it is going to behave with respect to AC component and DC component of the signal? Anyone interested to answer? Capacitor. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಹೇಳಾಗತ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತೈತಲ್ರಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸನ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, but component remains same. It is a capacitor. Other the different behavior, different applications we are going to use. Integrator, differentiator, mathematics ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕೆಲಸನ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ದು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ನೀವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್. ಸೊ I am asking this capacitor because you must be thorough in these basic components, the concept, behavior, and all these components. So, anyone is interested to give the answer? AC ಜೊತೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, DC ಜೊತೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Let me give the answer. For AC, it is going to pass through it. So capacitor ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ AC ನ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So AC signal is going to travel through this capacitor. What about DC component? It is going to oppose the DC. So DC ನ ಅದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಾಗ ಅದು ಬಿಡಲ್ರಿ. So it is the behavior with respect to AC and DC. So ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್. If I use in this unregulated signal, okay, ನೀವು ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, AC ನೂ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, DC ನೂ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪಾಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿಸ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ C1. ಸೊ AC ನೂ DC ನೂ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ C1 ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ C1 ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್. ಸೊ AC ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, DC ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ DC ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ DC ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪಾಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿಸ್ IC ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟರ್. ಸೊ ಈ DC ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಥ್ರೂ IC ಜೊತೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ DC is given to this L. So obviously in the 78X series ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್, ಥರ್ಮಲ್ ಶಟ್ ಡೌನ್, ಅವು ಇವು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ಬಿಲ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. Obviously, these circuits are going to give what? AC component irbodu, DC component irbodu. So nimage output em barutte? Obviously, it is 100% DC only. 100% DC only, because practically, theoretically now matarthi, but practically what is going to happen? You 99% DC itandre minimum 1% akre AC irutte. One, it is not 99%, it is 99.99%. You DC anta helidru, no? 0.01% ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ AC ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So ಅದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆಯೋದು ಹೆಂಗೆ? Once again, use another capacitor at the output side. What is going to happen? This AC and DC signal, what you are going to call it as a ripple. That ripple is once again applied to this capacitor C2. So this capacitor C2 ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? AC ನ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ AC ನ. DC ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. DC ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? That DC is available at the output side. So what you are going to get that output side? Pure DC. Pure DC we are going to get. Okay, this is the concept what we are going to use these capacitors at the input side and output side. This IC LM7805 connected as a 6. This pin number 1 accepts unregulated input, that is VIN, and pin number 2 gives regulated output, which is equals to 5 volts. And pin number 3 is the common terminal named as ground terminal. And this IC is going to produce maximum load current of 1 amperes. And the manufacturer recommend using capacitor C1, as we discussed. Why they are going to use this one? Because avoiding oscillations. Oscillations is the what? It is once again the ripples, variations. Oscillation is about what? Variations. We don't want variation. We want fixed, constant. So to remove these things, we are going to use the C1 and C2 to improve the transient response of the regulated output voltage. Typical values of C1 and C2 are ranges from 0.1 microfarad to 1 microfarad. Okay, these are the typical values what they are going to refer in the electronic circuits. It is 0.1 microfarad to 1 microfarad capacitors. We are going to use both at input side and output side. Okay. So this is the concept regarding your 78XX series and 7805 fixed IC voltage regulator. So any doubt in these two? So in today's session, we discussed 4 concepts. One is light emitting diode, another one is photocoupler, and 78XX series, and especially 5 volt fixed IC voltage regulator, it is 7805 IC. Okay.